everybody, it's your girl T, and I just saw Jason Bourne. This is the 5th movie in the Jason Bourne franchise, but it is the 4th one with Matt Damon. He and Paul Greengrass returned after taking a break for the 4th film. Let's just cut to the chase. I think this is a good movie, it's just not a great movie. What really hurts this movie is having the other Bourne movies, the Bourne Trilogy, and I'm just gonna set aside the one with Jeremy Renner and just refer to the original 3 Bourne movies. I feel like those movies set such a high standard for how groundbreaking they were in the spy action thriller genre that this one, while still a good movie, isn't as good as those in comparison. In this case, I don't think it was necessarily laziness, I think it was more playing it safe. While Jason Bourne is a good movie when compared against pretty much all other movies in the land, it's not a great movie when compared against itself in terms of the other movies in the Bourne franchise. Having said that, I think there are a lot of action sequences in this movie that are quite good. They managed to weave in the action taking place to real life current events. And I was looking at that and I was just like, oh my God, this is so labor intensive. I was actually just thinking about how difficult it was to put together some of these action sequences. I think the way that this film lacks is in plot and dialogue, but the characters and performances are still pretty good. And I do think that the action sequences are where they tried to make up for what they were lacking in terms of the actual plot. There's an amazing chase sequence that takes place during a riot that's happening in Greece, as well as another one that takes place later on in Las Vegas. So it definitely has all the set pieces that you've come to expect in a spy movie where you're, country hopping and in all these different environments while also working in the turmoil of actual current events, which I thought was a very nice touch. There's also a subplot that has to do with privacy and social media, and it's kind of a distraction, honestly. I really wish they had focused more on what Jason Bourne is trying to do, which is learn more about his past. I don't want to get too spoilerlicious on you guys, but he really is trying to dig deeper into how he came to join the Treadstone Black Ops program in the first place, and coming to terms with who he is and what he's done. One thing that's been going around a lot is that Matt Damon doesn't have many lines in that movie, and I would say that that's definitely true, but it's not like you notice it, and it's probably for the best because the dialogue ain't that good. Alicia Vikander joins the Jason Bourne franchise in this movie. She's part of the CIA, and I think that she does a great job. Honestly, ever since Ex Machina, she can do no wrong for me because I love that movie, so I'm on board for pretty much anything she's in. Her character's motivations remain unclear, I would say, all the way to the end of the movie, which gives her some interest. Whereas Tommy Lee Jones is essentially our heavy in this movie. He's the bad guy. I would say his character is extremely one-dimensional, but because it's Tommy Lee Jones, he still kind of keeps you involved because it's Tommy Lee Jones. Of course, he's going to do a great job, even if he's not given the most complex character to work with. The film also deals with a lot of these issues of sort of Big Brother always watching and constant surveillance. It kind of reminded me of a lot of the things that were brought up in Enemy of the State years ago, that Will Smith, Gene Hackman movie, but escalated to a new level in terms of what we're dealing with now. And it's kind of terrifying to know just how easy it is for a spy to be spied on. While I do think the action sequences in this movie were the filmmaker's way of trying to escalate and kind of cover up for the other parts of the film that were lacking, they do sometimes borderline on being Michael Bay-esque, which is not a compliment. It's just there's certain moments where I was sitting in the theater and I almost started laughing because some things were just so ludicrously impossible to survive, and then Bourne basically walks it off. But it's still fun to watch, and I think there's just so much goodwill, no pun intended, because it's Matt Damon, and we love this franchise, or at least a lot of us love this franchise, and we love Matt Damon anyway, so I think that you're a little bit more forgiving for some things that didn't quite work. If I had to grade this movie, I would probably give it a B, because it's not bad. It's not bad by any means. It's just not at the level of the Bourne Trilogy, the first 3 movies with Matt Damon. I think we tend to hold the Bourne franchise to a high standard because of the precedent they've set in the earlier movies, but nonetheless, this one is still, it's a pretty good movie. In other words, you'll like it for sure if you already like the Bourne movies, but you're not really going to get anything new here. Jason Bourne opens this weekend. I definitely would say if you are interested in it, go for it. And if you weren't interested, but you have nothing better else to do, still go for it. Let me know if you guys are checking it out in the comments, and I will see you guys next time right here on CineFix, and make sure you subscribe on your way out. That's a broody Jason Bourne.